What is going on, my beautiful, beautiful people? Another day, Bills Mafia, Cold Front Mafia. How are you? Welcome, welcome. As you can see, the Buffalo Bills have put out to the public and to the rest of the world what the Bison outside of Highmark Stadium will look like. And I don't know about you, but first impression for me is I am slightly underwhelmed. I'm not going to start knocking these things. It was a work of art. Very, very beautiful. A lot of time, a lot of energy went into these bison, which I completely understand. And I'm not taking anything away from these bison or the work that everyone that was involved put in to get this final finished product. That said, I can't lie to you and tell you that to me, this is the route that I would have gone in the event that I were the Buffalo Bills and that I had any say whatsoever in making these things or designing them or figuring out what the final say was going to be of what they were going to look like. So, without further ado, we're going to pull these things up and I don't know, I want to get your take. I want you to tell me what you think because again, I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you to tell me what you feel these new bison are doing for you. Here we are. Take a look at the new bison. It is abstract art if I've ever seen it. Now, listen, I'm not an artist. I am not in the art world. I do not think creatively. For those of you that have been with me for a little while, you know I'm not a tech person, and I'm certainly not a thumbnail genius. I don't know what to say or what things should look like in order to grab shit tons of attention, what have you. But all I know is that this here, I mean, this is different. All right. This is a little different. So tell me your thoughts, please. You can see it here, ladies and gents. So there's a million different panels on these things. They're all in different angles. Obviously, you can tell that it does look like an actual bison. So I'm not, begrudging them there whatsoever. It does look like a bison. You can tell what it is. It has the horns and it has everything else. I thought they would have went with just a freaking bison. You know what I'm saying? Like a regular bison. Again, I'm not saying that. I'm trying not to do, a disservice and knock these things because I'm still super excited to go see them. I can't wait. They are absolutely massive. And I'll scroll down here and show you. 27 foot tall, 23,000 pounds is the bull. The bull being the male bison. The cow is the female or the mom, so to speak. And then there's a calf as well. So there's 3 of them. Now, what I do like, I'll tell you, and I mean, listen, I like the whole thing, but this is pretty cool. So what they're able to do, my understanding, what I read is at the flick of a switch, they can change the color of these bison, blue, red, or they can make them red and green for Christmas, green for St. Patrick's Day with holidays and things. They can make whatever color they would like, maybe a pink for, Breast Cancer Awareness Month or something like that. I'm just throwing things out there. But they can do that and they can make those changes on the fly, which are really cool. I mean, that is awesome to me. And I don't know. I guess I'm just slightly underwhelmed. Now, I watched a brief, 7 to 10 minute video, maybe I don't even know if it was that long. The Bills put out on X or on their socials, and they were walking around, and then they gave some explanation as to it took multiple years. So I think this is where you're getting at. Hey, Fred, how are you? This is where you're getting at, Knowles. I don't think, well, in this video, they didn't tell us how much these damn things were, but they did say that this woman who was, I'm scrolling here, so bear with me. I'm trying to pull it, remember her name. She's an international sculpture artist, the lady that designed these things. And I will say that when they brought us into like the warehouse to where they were making these panels, like fabricating these things, it was pretty badass. Okay, the process to make these bison was not simple. And this woman, her first name is Blessing, and I'm trying to find the last name. I put it on a quick short video on TikTok and YouTube earlier this morning when I was reading up, but my God, now I just can't even. Blessing something was her name, the artist that created these things. And Blessing artist, let me see. Michael Blessing, no. Blessing Hancock. Sorry, here she is. Here's blessinghancock.com. We're going to pull that up. She was a lady that was responsible for creating, there she is. You see her? For creating these bison and the interwebbings of the design and then the fabrication. And pretty soon, I'm sure these things will be on her website that we're looking at here. All right, let's see if they are. Projects. You know, you can see this type of art here. I mean, cool looking stuff. I think they call this abstract stuff, I think. Again, don't blame me if I'm wrong. I'm not an artist. I'm not in that sphere, that scope. But I'm pretty sure this is some kind of I mean, look at this thing. Like Chinook Arc in Canada. Colorado, a biota. I mean, what is this green thing? Again, I'm not making fun. I'm being serious. Is that just like a light on the street? I can't tell. Not making fun, people. Arizona. She said she's international. So Canada. Nashville. Loqui. The fairgrounds in Nashville. Kansas. Things pretty. I mean, Goodyear, Arizona. Before you know it, these bison will be on her website, and we'll see and maybe get some more. But find that for on the Buffalo Bills. You have on their X at the very minimum. You have on their X a short video, follow through, walk through, whatever you want to call it, of Blessing. And the inspiration, she says she likes to make her art based on stories of the communities to where the art is going, which seems completely reasonable, obviously. So something about the way that this was designed, she felt that these metal, I think they're metal or steel panels that create all these sections, we'll go back to it, must have something to do with her idea of Buffalo and the surrounding area, right? Whoa. So again, not bad. Not. I mean, I'm still really anxious to go see them. I cannot wait. Get the pictures, do the whole deal. Now, also what they said was around the border, as you can see here, you can't tell in this photo that this mock-up, this AI-driven thing that they put in this article, but oh yeah, actually you can. You see over here these stanchions that these people are looking at. I'm actually going to do this. Hold on. I want to make this bigger. Get rid of this thing. All right. You see these stanchions? Of course you can't until I get the photo up there. Okay, over here on the left-hand side and the right, really, both sides. What these are they're going to be placards of all the all-time great Buffalo Bills. And there's going to be like a bench area to where you can sit, I don't know, have your coffee, your beverage. I doubt you're going to be able to get beers because it's outside the gates, of course. Whatever your beverage of choice is, a snack. And there'll probably be a piece of some kind of literature about career highlights or statistics or what have you for the greats, the Buffalo Bills all-time greats. So that'll be pretty cool surrounding these things. And even that they said even the trimming on the outskirts here with all these placards or these stanchions will also have color implications at the drop of a dime. So that's pretty cool as well. Listen, 23,000 pounds, 27 feet high, and 29 foot long. Like, that's very interesting. And I'm for sure looking forward to seeing what these things look like in real life, especially when they're lit up as colors. I like the blue and red that they showed. March Madness full effect, by the way. Where is it? We missed it? I got to zoom in to show you guys so much. I can't even, it takes forever to zoom up and down or scroll up and down these things. You know what I mean? Oh, this one right here. That's what I want to see. That to me makes it look more authentic Buffalo Bills Bison, does it not? To me, at least. To me. Anyway, looking forward to see those in real life. And it took them years and years and years. So they're very proud of it. They're very happy with it. I'm not taking anything away from them. Still an enormous Buffalo Bills fan, so I will support the Bison and blessing Hancock for sure. Oh, I found something silly on here. I got to show you guys. It's like really cheesy. I didn't even realize this was in here. Listen, listen. Blessing Hancock, new Bison. Can you hear that? Kind of cheesy, I know. Very cheesy, actually. All right, let's get into some of these comments before we move on. Knowles, what up, baby? Let's do this. Yes, sir. Let's do this, Knowles. Oh, by the way, I think overnight we hit our 300th subscriber on YouTube. So very, very excited about that. Thank you all for the hard work. Now that just means we're more than halfway now. More than halfway to get into the jersey giveaway. So continue to follow and subscribe, please. Tell all your friends, family members, people you work with, people that you hate. Tell them all. You know we invite everybody, whether they're good or bad. Jay Parley said, Kevin Stefanski, once Atlanta runs him dry. No idea what that means. Wonder what the price is. Yeah, we don't know, Knowles. Well, I don't know what the price tag is. Caden, go Bills, baby. Fred says morning, Bill. I mean, Fred, geez. How are you? Bills Mafia, baby. Big dog, what's up, Fred? Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Patrick, how are you? Wyatt, let's go Bills. Let's go, Wyatt. Good morning. Rye guy from Buffalo. Go Bills, baby. Go Bills. Let's go Buffalo. Go Bills. Hell yeah. Appreciate all of you in here. Thank you so much. Give me a follow if you wouldn't mind. And then hop on to YouTube and subscribe over there, because once we get to 500 subscribers on YouTube, we're giving away a free jersey to a random subscriber. Your choice. White says, yes, sir. Repping from South Florida. Oh, all right. Excellent. Where in South Florida? Like down south? Like Miami or the Keys? We were just about 4 weeks ago. Yeah, about a month ago, we were in Naples and Fort Myers area for a week or so. It was a great time. Bottom of the map, so way down there. Okay, gotcha. Awesome. Well, welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining. Let's get into YouTube for a little bit. Stephen De Leon, Odessa, Texas. Yes, sir. Stephen is not a big fan of the statues. I will rather have a preferred regular buff. I'm with you, but that's okay. I'm still going to support, and I love them nonetheless. Brian says, what should the Bills go get next and make a big more trade and make a roster move? Man, the Buffalo Bills need linebacker, edge, cornerbacks, depth, maybe another offensive line depth if they don't sign Austin Corbett. Kirkinelli, morning, moms. I hope you're all doing well. Good morning, my sir. Blessing Hancock. Thank you. Yes, I had lost her name. Beers and Ball Show. What's up, baby? Great job by you and your boys last night. It was some good drafts. I have a bone to pick with the mock draft sites, though, and I'll tell you what it is in a few minutes. So I'm going to star you here. But thank you for 300. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's continue to push it, baby. We got to keep going. There's no end in sight, right, my folks? Right, my people? No end in sight. We're going to grow this thing to new heights, baby. New friggin' heights, brother. We're going to keep it moving. We ain't stopping. There's no reason to stop. You know, my whole life, I've just been that type of guy that says, you know, if I really actually kind of want to do something and have fun doing it, I'm just going to figure out a way to steamroll and just make it fucking happen. I'm really enjoying this. I had no idea what we were going to do. I didn't know if anybody was even going to give a shit to pay attention to me, but we were going to do it anyways. And then my son was like, let's do this, Dad. I'm like, hell yeah, let's roll. I don't know. Maybe we got something here. Maybe we got something here, boys and girls. We're not one of those, you know, overnight sensations, but we're gonna continue to push. Steven says there better be one of OJ Simpson. If there's not, I'm going to be very pissed. Oh, you talking about one of the stanchions? Like they have out in center field at Yankee Stadium? Honestly, there will be. I mean, I still, they have to. They got to give OJ his, they got to give it to him, right? I think OJ will get his. I really do. Mad Chatter, what's up, baby? Morning. Mark Krajewski. Right? Krajewski. Yes. Actually, we spoke a few days ago. New stadium coming along well. I actually have to get into watching. I wanted to give myself a few moments, which I haven't really had yet, to watch the indoor tour of the locker rooms and the suites and things of that nature. So I haven't given myself that time yet. And I'm going to do that because that's out there as well for everybody that's interested. But it is certainly ripping through. I mean, the turf's in, the seats are there, the inside, I mean, listen, they only have until September. Well, actually, before that, to be prepared with preseason games, right? They don't have a long time. Matt Shatter says, looks like we need D tackle. Did I forget that? Nose tackle, 100%. Nose tackle or one tech? Absolutely. I think I said linebackers, edge, and CB depth. But you're absolutely right. 100%. Matt Chatter also says, Austin Corbett always hurt. Maybe depth. Well, no, not necessarily. We pulled it up yesterday. And he played 3 seasons in a row, like starting every single game with the Rams. Now, last year he did not. However, he's been decently healthy. But I think what he's coming in for personally, Austin Corbett, if he does, I'm acting like he is. He just came for a visit. I do feel that Austin Corbett will actually be depth, but fight for that left guard spot with Alec Anderson. Maybe that's hot, but if he does come in, I actually think he'll get his chance to start. Jerry over here on YouTube or TikTok says, what are you even talking about? Boring. Okay, you can leave. Fine with me. Don't listen then. If it's boring, don't listen. I would never want somebody to do something they don't want to do. You know what I'm saying, Jerry? So thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later, Jerry. Appreciate you, man. Dave on X says 300 subs. Congrats. Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate you, man. Not many people come in over from X. You're like one of 2 or 3 fellows and homies that come in from X, but I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man, we're trying. We're going to keep the train moving, especially if people like Jerry think that we're so interesting. Oh, he also said this is boring. Jerry says this is boring. What are you even talking about? Boring. Love you, Jerry. And then it says in here, he's a longtime watcher and rising star in your life. Wow, Jerry. I'm just boring you today, but not other days. We're talking about the same type of things we always do. Everything Buffalo Bills. Come on, man. Give me a break, Jerry. Has Dion regressed, the Mad Chatter says? I think that's a fair question. I don't think that that's necessarily the answer, but you know what? I was actually listening to Jerry Ostrowski, who a lot of you probably know him, the Big O, ex-NFL football player. And he now works with Joe Marino and Jeremy from WGR. They have shows together, and they bounce around and they're on each other's channel and stuff. And I love his insight. And he was just saying, I think a couple of days ago, actually, that he feels that Dion Dawkins may need to start to lose some weight. And that as he's aging, I mean, he's not old, not an old man, but as he's aging, his body might not be able to keep up with his, inconsistencies when it comes to his weight. And this is coming from a former lineman, so I trust what he has to say, and he's athletic as all hell, Dion Dawkins is, if I'm being honest with you. But if he there's only so much weight your body can handle. Also, your frame is only meant for what it's meant for. That said, maybe there's something there, and I will take Jerry O's word for it. Maybe he should this offseason lose a few LBs and get himself into a more powerful setup and get up. So I think the question is valid, Mad Chatter. I really do. I don't think that it's something to just completely swipe under the rug. And I'll say that there's maybe a distinct possibility that the Buffalo Bills think this way as well, because they have yet to restructure, right? No, I still do not think they've restructured Dion Dawkins' contract. Which, by the way, would free up, I think, $10 million of salary cap room this year. So, I don't think, well, I don't know this, but I'm just saying, conspiracy theories, the Bills might be feeling the same way as this question is posed by Mad Chatter. Just saying, they've yet to restructure Dion Dawkins, who will free up more space than anybody left with a restructure. Think about that for a moment. You seem like a cool dad, the Mad Chatter said, to have. Front? Well, hey, man, I appreciate that. I'd like to think I'm the coolest dad there ever was. You ask my two sons, they'd probably tell you, well, depending on the day and the situation, they'll probably tell you I'm cool as shit, and then I'm also like the biggest raging lunatic that you'll ever see. Depending on the day, So if you ever see them and you ask them, like, if you guys see us at a Bills game or something, or you see us around town, just come up to me like, hey, is today the day? How are they doing? Should I ask them today, or should I wait to see if you're a cool dad? And I'll be honest. If I just say, keep it moving, buddy, we'll see you on the live, then we're not having a good day. I'm only kidding. We love every day, hopefully. We do our best. Marcus Warren. What's up, Marcus? I hope the home opener, the Bills versus Patriots. Oh, you bad man. How cool would that be? Wow. How cool would that be? I'm going to doubt it. Because that's way too important of a game, I think, for the first game of the year. But maybe that would be cool as shit. And I'll do everything in my power to be there. Although, if we get to where we'd like to with this channel, and we start to, I hate talking this way, but start to like get some funds in here from this, that'd be a pretty shitty game to not be live for. Right? But the experience we got to get there with the boys and the wife and, Mrs. Cole from there. You were spot on Zane Durant, the beards and ball. Okay. Tell me why. What happened? What did you learn? He's a sleeper-ish for me, but did you read up on him or something? What do you mean by that? How do we know that I'm spot on already? Wyatt, appreciate your follow, man. Have a great day, brother. Yeah, I know work is, I know. Granny Granny. Okay, close. Almost got me, but no. User says, do you think Concepcion from A&M with a knee injury will be effective if drafted? I do think that he's going to have a good career. Now, will it turn out to be an injury within weeks? I mean, hope not for him, and I certainly hope not if the Bills draft him. But I think that he's actually going to be a good wide receiver, and I think he'll be just fine. Truthfully, Drake May. FYDB, Drake May is the best AFC East quarterback. We'll get into that topic. Let me get some more through some YouTube stuff. And we got to hit Puke Nacua, ladies and gentlemen. We got to talk about good old Puka. How good will Hoyt be as an edge? Hoyt is a game wrecker, but Hoyt will be in and out. Outside linebacker, 4-eye 5-ish, outside linebacker 4-eye 5-ish. They might even throw him in a 3-piece once in a while. He'll be in and out, in my opinion, and he'll do just fine. And I absolutely love Michael Hoyt. That line is stupid. I'm sorry, boys. Again, we'll go over it really quickly. Well, we need the nose, okay? So we need the nose, whether it is still potential for a DJ Reader, or the Lee Hunters of the world, or the Mr. Keenans from Alabama, via the draft, or even oh Jesus, we were just talking about him. The old man in free agency. Well, there's Mr. Campbell, and the other guy that they said everyone's calling, and oh my word. We'll get to him, but regardless of who it is, you need a nose. But then you have Eddie Oliver at that defensive tackle, or three tech. Then you have Deion Walker as the 4-eye 5 guy, and then you have Greg Russo on the left side, and you have Bradley Chubb on the right side, and then you mix in the Michael Hoyts of the world and the TJ Sanders of the world for depth, but Michael Hoyt is not even really depth. I think he's good enough to get a lot of snaps. And you have some serious potential here, folks. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, but it goes against what a lot of people think, but the Buffalo Bills have the legit, thank you, yes, Wilkins, thank you, FYDB. Malik is overrated. Malik in Miami? Is that who you're talking about? I think he only threw like 150 balls in his career, right? But hey, man, he got his he's got his money. Mark says, still think we need to trade out of first and try to get second in the 33 to 39 range and late second, early third. If they can do that, Malachi Lawrence edge and Josiah Trotter. Sure. Josiah Trotter's picking up steam, actually, with his draft stock, in my opinion, from everything that I hear and read. 100%. And Malachi Lawrence, I don't mind, but I think that if you get into the second round, I think you go Lee Hunter, Josiah Trotter, if that's the plan. Because I think we're not giving our guys enough credit yet. I guess my point is I think that the nose tackle is worth more to me right now, the way that it sits, than an additional edge. Now, if we can do both, great, but I think unless you want to go these boys and then take Keenan in the 5th, I could kind of live with that. At 91, 3-4 nose or toolsy wide receiver. Depends, Mark. So you were adding to okay. Well, at 91, I don't think that you have to go with the one tech Keenan. You can wait longer for him. Again, I like Lee Hunter. He's my favorite. That could legitimately be an option for the Buffalo Bills. Toolsy wide receiver, like a gadget type dude. That's kind of like Chris Bell. Chris Bell's like Deebo Samuel. Now you're not going to get him. Well, again, maybe you will. Is he going to drop? Is he going to drop to 91? I still don't think so, but I think this November, it was the ACL in November, it's really hurting his draft stock. So, no, that would be a steal in my opinion, because I did a mock yesterday morning, and I took Bell in the second. So that'd be awesome to get him at 91. Haters be hating, Nat Chatter. You're absolutely right, bro. It's funny. My opinion is the harder you laugh at the haters, bigger your show will go. Hey, I hope so, because I can laugh at the best things in the world. You know, Matt Chatter. I don't know if you were in here. My whole goal when we get haters around are literally within that show's time frame to turn them into subscribers. And I think that it's completely realistic. And we've done it. We've turned some people. And you all know it. And a couple of them might even hop in here today. Like literally, they're now like common guests, common followers, 100%. So that's my goal always. Turn the haters into, homies. They should tag that line. Turn the haters into homies. You know what I'm saying? I like that. How you like that? How do we like that, boys and girls? Turn the haters into your homies. Loving that. Wilkins, yeah, you're right. Willis. Yeah. Okay, from Miami. Bills should get Skylar Bell. I'm up in the air there. Who's your second favorite team? Michael Allen Griffith says. Whoa, that's a great question because I don't really I'm all in, baby. I'm all in with Buffalo. I don't have a second favorite team. I'm going to be honest with you. Who would I like to see win? Probably the Lions. Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in. It's a blessing and a curse, but when I'm in on something, I'm all in. Dave says Jerry's a Dolphins fan. He must be. I don't know what that was about. And it even said like right under his name, it was like, avid follower or some shit. Like, what did I do to you today, Jerry? But hey, man, turn the haters into homies. Ethan Davis, good morning, Cold Front. Congratulations. Hey, thank you. Yeah, we hit it. And I don't know if it was before the clock struck midnight, but we said like, let's get to 300 yesterday, right? That was you said that. And hey, man, here we are. I'm sure you have, but did you have a chance to see Dolphins roster currently bare bones? Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate, but they have a lot of draft picks though. They do have a lot of draft picks, so they got to have some kind of plan here. I'm just getting I got an alert from the NFL about Odell Beckham. I thought it was worth looking, but it wasn't. Yeah, it's brutal. If we want, we can pull it up together too. Somebody tell me, like, again, this is not a knock on anybody, but I like to use Google. I have Chrome, obviously. When I'm on Chrome, why does every single day, and I go into the settings and change it every single day, the default search engine, when you click open a new tab, right, and I search for something, it goes back to fucking Yahoo. Every day. I want it to be Google, and I go into the thing, and I change it every single freaking day, and now it's back in Yahoo. Like, I don't like Yahoo. I don't want to use it. Sorry. I want to use Google. How many times do I have to freaking change it? Anybody know the answer? God. Let's share it up, baby. Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, FYDB, not a fan of Malik Willis, thinks he's completely overrated. This is about all they have left. The first guy on this list here, boys. Right there. Devon Achane. And he's potentially on the block as well. This is probably easier. Depth chart. Yeah. Malik Washington. I mean, this is there's not even God. There's like 6 people on the team. No right guard. No fullback. They got 3. Wait. Where is Oh, they didn't even update it. Okay. They didn't update it, folks. Maybe that's what you were looking at, Mad Chatter. If you were looking at what I'm looking at, nothing's updated. They don't even have their quarterback on there. That makes, a little bit more sense, but that was scary. The moment that I pulled that up, I was like, holy, that can't be real. We got to do something about that. Got to do something about them apples, but that's not real. Mark says, thinking NFL loves new stadiums and high-profile windows, like Week 2 Sunday Night Football. Oh, you're saying you think that's when Week 2 will be the first prime time? You think the Bills will start off? Don't they have to start off on Thursday, though? Isn't an opening night now on Thursday? Don't you think that new stadium would get that? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Good point, though, and that's a great question. Everybody else, put it into the comments right now. Buffalo Bills, first of all, is Week 1 going to be home, or are they going to be on the road? Because remember now, this year they have more away games than they do home games. Because last year they were at home more, the 9-8 split. So it's the opposite this year. Put it in the chat right now. First primetime game for the new Highmark Stadium is when? Go. Because I think that's such a great question. That is really such a great question. Man, I like your optimism. I am yet to see the rush we want last bunch of years. Oh, you're talking about the pressure, the defensive rush, dude. It's got to. If it's not with Eddie Oliver healthy, Michael Hoyt healthy, the addition of Bradley Chubb, how can it not be at least better than last year? Okay, and the year before that even. It's got to be. It's got to be. Calais Campbell, old man Calais Campbell. Yes, that's what we were talking about. He could fill in. He's still really not showing many signs, if any at all, of decline. Calais Campbell does not seem to be declining at 40. Marcus Warren says, I'm with you. Oh, yeah, okay. Joey Hatch, what's up, Joey? I would love to get McDonald nose tackle in the draft. If we cannot sign DJ Reader. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's way too high, but I think Lee Hunter is absolutely a possibility if that's what they want to go after first. Beards and Balls says nothing new about Durant. Okay, you were spot on him being sneaky pick. Okay, damn near the same size Aaron Donald coming into the draft. If he can turn athleticism into production, he could be fantastic. Yeah, he's very athletic, very strong. Again, I would never try to compare somebody to Aaron Donald, but I think for his value, like a 5th, 6th guy, I think someone's gonna be happy with him. Marcus, I think if Ty Simpson is available at 26, Jets, Cardinals, and Browns could all move up to get to give capital away. I agree with that, but then I even saw him potentially going to somebody that's ahead of us. So where we wouldn't even have the ability to trade down, for draft stock, for draft capital, excuse me. I forget who it was. Might even have been in the 20 to 22 range. Forget who, but there's been a lot of talk about Ty Simpson, baby. A lot of talk. Did you guys hear Dan Orlovsky say that he now thinks that Simpson is the QB1 in this draft over Mendoza, and then he got absolutely abused by Pat McAfee and company. I love Pat McAfee, by the way. Can we just talk about, let's talk about entertaining sports watch. Pat McAfee and crew are he deserves it all. He deserves what God bless him. I could watch him. I love him. Very entertaining, knows his stuff, knows the people, calls it how he sees it, no fluff, doesn't want any problems, but has no problem calling Dan Orlovsky out, saying, how are you saying this? This is literally why people say that you are paid to say the things that you say, even though you probably don't agree with them. because this is so outlandish of a take that you're making me sick type thing. On air, I think it was live. I think all his shit's live. So he has no problem, and that's what I like about him. But he seems like a genuine guy, too. Might not be, but that's how he comes off, at least. You know, I don't know him, obviously, but that's how he comes off. I really like the dude. Think he's fucking awesome. Bryce Lance at 91, amazing skills, small college. Yeah, you know, that's the typical, what do they say? Scout or grade the player, not the helmet. And I completely agree with that. With the exception of you just will never know what somebody can do against premium talent in the event that he spent his entire career against subpar talent. Fair enough. And measurables and combine numbers, important to me in my mind, but not everything. So that's the only caveat there. I'm usually excited with rosters every year, so I'm trying to be realistic. Last year, we just never got sufficient receivers, and I'm sorry, but Josh Allen's accuracy was not the best. No, it was not. Josh Allen, but the one thing that he really didn't do, because if you pull up advanced analytics, the percentage of balls that he threw into tight windows was bottom of the barrel. So he was not trying to fit balls into small windows, I think because he did not trust what was going on. And his mechanics got wacky. And you can see some film that I put out on him. And being that I was a pitcher in my day, I can understand mechanics. The mechanics between football and baseball are very, very similar. Not identical, very similar. But that said, he was mechanically off from time to time. Some of it might have to do with trust, for sure. Some of it, I thought at one point, was even potentially injuries, which then turned out to be possibly the case. You can go back, and this is all, out there, time-stamped from me. But I do feel that his accuracy was not possibly, the best of his career. That said, I never think that Josh Allen, or I think that Josh Allen has never been the greatest touch ball guy of all time. Just isn't. Just simply isn't. Even when it comes to corner fade routes inside the red zone, inside the 10. He just can't do it. He just can't do it that well. Call what it is, and I'm sorry. I love Josh Allen, obviously, to death, but that's what I see. Matt Chatter says that's fire. Haters to homies. That's what we're rolling with, baby. Haters to homies. To me, Lee Hunter is run-stopping 3-4 nose tackle. Limited pass penetration at NFL level. Low RAS scares me. Agreed. I'm looking for my nose tackle, though, for the run game. And to absorb doubles. That's all I want. I don't, obviously, what I love, pass rush also, yes, of course. But for me, in the situation that we have, with Eddie Oliver and Deion Walker, plus the two edge guys, I'm not looking necessarily for much pass penetration from my nose tackle, especially if that means opening up gap responsibilities for the run game. Therefore, to me, that's why I like Lee Hunter, and all the way then down to Tim Keenan, the third from Alabama. I think we have enough ability, especially if he can take some doubles away from Deion Walker, who's better suited in the pass game, Eddie Oliver, who's very well suited in the pass game for his position of that 3-4, and then plus the edge guys. There's only so many people that you can leave in the block, if I'm being honest, because even though we're a 3-4, we're going to have 5 men on the line on the ball more often than not, in my opinion, with Chubb and Russo and the Hoyt mixture. I still think we could get a depth piece there too. No question. That's why my number one pick was Jonathan Greenard out of Minnesota. That's certainly not looking like it's going to happen. Although the word a couple days ago was, he's re-signing with Minnesota. He's not going anywhere. Well, what happened? I don't know. Anyway, I would have loved to see that as well. But I think with 5 men on the line and the addition of a run stopper, space eater, I'm good. That's what I want. I don't want those explosives up the middle and then let everybody else eat. That's why, Mark, you might not have been around, but I have some film that we broke down on DJ Reader, and that's where his main attributes are. Penetration without losing your responsibility to your gap. No integrity lost while penetrating up the gut or shifting to an outside zone concept on the rush. He just did his job, does his job phenomenally well for the situation, in my opinion. Again, this is just Dustin, Cold Front's opinion, Cold Front's channel. Nothing, just my opinion, my take, right? But I think that the fit for the scheme requires a space eater, run stopping first nose tackle over a pass rush nose tackle. Long answer. Sorry. Front and chat. Can we take a deep breath now that Zach Wilson is out of the AFC? Woo! Dodged a bullet. Joey Hatch, the Miami Dolphins ate a whole lot of money this year to get rid of players. It's 170-something million to be exact. Talked about that either yesterday or the day before. Crazy. The salary cap is $301 million for the NFL this year. And the Miami Dolphins are paying over $170 million in dead cap monies. Think about that for a moment, folks. You guys are really on the decline with the greatest quarterback in football. It's saddening. Noam Tez says. No, we're declining. Not at all. Not at all. Big Dog says, best prospect in draft, not in the first round. Who are you talking? Sorry, I'm lagging here on TikTok. Doug Staff, thank you for the follow. But Big Dog, who are you talking about? Best prospect in the draft, not in the first round. My second favorite, or are you asking me? Maybe you're asking me. I don't know. My second favorite team is anyone that plays the Cowboys. Michael, I like that one. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Skylar Bell from UConn will go in the second. I thought he was third to fourth, but maybe he's increasing. I haven't looked at him lately. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Noam Tez, Eagles fan here. When Kelsey loves a fan base, we love a fan base. Go Birds and Bills Mafia. Oh, Jason. Okay, yeah. Jason fits right in with us up here in Western New York as much as anybody in the world, baby. Big Dog says, how you feel about the JSN extension? Well, we said this yesterday, and that kind of what we were just talking about 10 seconds ago. Part of the reason that the Miami Dolphins are in such a shitty, well, basically the only reason, let's call it what it is, are in a shitty situation is because they overspend according to the cap. And when people start to spend this kind of money on particular positions, one non-perfect mistake is going to cause them to have $176 million or whatever it is in dead cap monies. We can't allow that to happen. I posted this on X and somebody said, well, salary cap is going up 10% a year. It was, but it didn't, because if you're going up 20 to 25 million a year, it's not 10% after you get to 300 million. It was 10% when you were at 220. But $25 million increase is no longer 10%, boys and girls. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep up. The salary cap's got to keep up. Big Dog says Wednesday this year, I think. What's Wednesday? Oh, opening night? Did I miss this? Opening day or night or whatever for the NFL's Wednesday? Is that like who the fuck's going to be carrying that? Because I know MLB tonight, the Yankees are playing Netflix. Oh, what? FYDB, I hear you, brothers. You're saying Skylar will go in the second round. Aaron Donald was once in a lifetime, Victor says. Agreed. If Rams are able to get Mekhi Lemon, I will be ecstatic. If Rams get Mekhi Lemon, I'll shit myself. No, I'm kidding. They have high enough draft. They're gonna. I mean, the Rams are just so good at what they do. I hate it, but good for you. Tyler. I think Jim Kelly's still the best Buffalo quarterback ever. Again, depends on what your definition of quarterback is. And we've gone through that here in this channel more than once. Mr. Pot Smoker. What's up, big guy? What's up, man? I like the hoodie. Salute to service gear is my favorite NFL stuff to wear. Agreed. I have every year I get the new salute to service. So this was, I want to say 2 years ago, 2024 season. But thank you. Appreciate you coming in, man. All right, Big Dog said he was asking best non-first round prospect in the draft. Man, Flyers are these injury guys like a Chris Bell. If somebody slips like a Concepcion, I think that could be a pretty big pickup if he doesn't continue to get injured. And you know what I feel about Dylan Thieneman, and I don't think he's going to slip, but every day I go and do these mock drafts, and he just continues to not be taken by pick 26. So I would say Dylan if he lasts, but I think that Chris Bell. But again, Lee Hunter, I think is going to be, and it's not a sexy position, but the nose tackle with Lee Hunter is going to be such a big pick for whoever gets him. And I don't think he's first round. Nettie O, appreciate you, Nettie O. Thank you so much. Yeah, baby, roses are red. 50 new subscribers. What does that mean? Cold Front Buffalo's gift goal. 50 new subscribers. All right, let's get it. Let's get 50 new subscribers. I don't even know where that came from. Kelly surrounded by Hall of Famers. Oh yeah, he did have some, but I certainly think that Josh Allen is going to have some, not necessarily his wide receiver. Although, what are you going to say? What are people going to say about Stephen Diggs when it's all said and done? Appreciate you. Another one. Thanks, Nettie. Opening day game in Australia. That's the opening game in Australia. Yeah. Horrible. I think you're right, though. Now that you've said, yeah, because they're going to freaking Australia. Horrible. I don't even want to talk about it. Sir Teebs, I want to see the Blue Jays come back to Buffalo for a couple of games. Yeah, that'd be cool, right? Spent damn near. Thank you so much, Nettie-O. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's awesome. Yeah, that was fun when they were down there and for a season. Big Dog, yes, Cisco and Rams. Yeah. All right. Yup, every day. Yahoo, yup, every day. I don't know what that. Oh, was there a nationwide bug by Yahoo or Google Insider sabotage? Yeah, no kidding. Do you think wide receiver Jordan Tyson is worth taking a chance on with all his injury history? I actually do because I think he's that good. That said, I don't know. He's dropping too, so that might be a good answer to the non-first round best draft prospect as well, Jordan Tyson, because that man is the real deal. Thursday night prime time, Joey Hatch says. Week 1 seems like a road game. Week 2 is prime time, Sunday night home opener, and putting Patriots on road. Week 1 seems like a little kick in the groin. Yeah, especially if it's in Buffalo after they just made it to the Super Bowl. I'm with you there. With this Leonard system, we're changing to I'm willing to make that bet that our pass rush will be better than it has been in the last couple of years in McDermott. 100%. I just don't see how it can even stay flat. To me, it has to grow. I mean, it has to get better. Marcus Tyson leg injury history takes him off my draft board. Yeah, that a lot of people feel that way, and then a lot of people say you cannot pass this man at all unless something completely glaring shows up. Completely glaring, like on top of what happened before. Now he's on the road to being totally fine. You can't let that get in the way because like if he was already on your team, would you still want him on the team type of deal? So there's two sides of that argument, but I hear you. Yes. His top talent is what makes it hard. I don't see the difference from Lee Hunter, Dominic Orange, and you. Oh, did you watch the tape, Mark? To me, it's glaring. If I'm being honest, the get off by Hunter, in my opinion, glaring compared to Orange. But again, opinion, but that's what I feel. I want to see that. Interested in your take on what's up with his mechanics. Mad Chat, you talking about Josh Allen? Yes. So if you go to the Cold Front channel, let's see if I can find this for everybody. Your channel. I'll put it in the comments here. I just got to find the. Oh, here we go. This should do it in the chat. Try that out. There's another one in there as well, but you can find it under videos. Under videos, yeah. Okay, let's keep it moving. Just a reminder, please, appreciate everybody. We hit 300 yesterday subscribers. We need to get to 500 to give away that jersey. So please, 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 I appreciate all the love and support we've been given. Got to keep that momentum. Like this video as well. I think that's a big thing for the algorithm, I believe, to keep pushing the live to more people when they get onto YouTube. Likes and comments, I guess, and subscribers, the whole thing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think that's what it is. So I appreciate all of you thus far. Let's keep the train rolling and moving. Thank you. So the mad chatter, yeah, it's in the comments. Problem is, we got a lot of second-year unproven players, and they are going to have to play on the defensive line. Well, right now, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're pretty much throwing Landon Jackson out. You have no idea what that is. But TJ Sanders proved himself a little bit, and he was also put in a situation where he was playing too far out wide compared to where his strengths were, in my mind. That's why I think he's more of that three-eye guy or three-tech. He was asked to play defensive end too often. But then you have Deion Walker, who proved the hell out of himself, in my mind. I think he absolutely proved himself. And he showed that he's really, again, my opinion, better suited for the defensive end, the 4-5 guy, 4-eye maybe a little bit. Also, if you told me a QB could take the beating even 1 year Josh has for many years, I would have said no way. He's only getting older. I wonder if he's hurt more than we know. It's certainly possible, and he's been a Iron Man. So even though he gets banged up often, he's not missing games. He's not missing snaps. He's doing everything that he needs to do. $99 million for quarterback who runs into a concussion. Yeah, and now they got 170 of dead. Here is how I see our defensive line in 06. 4-eye Oliver, 5-tech Walker. Yep. N-tech. Nose tackle, Reader. Okay? Yep. Backup Sanders, backing up Oliver. Landon Jackson, backing up Walker. Rousseau and Chubb, outside linebacker. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Exactly right. And I think that's dangerous for opposition. I really do. I think it's dangerous if they all stay healthy. I think it's freaking dangerous, boys. I really, really do. The Buffalo Bills are always looking for that defensive player that's the next Bruce Smith. Yeah, they've had a hard time finding that next guy, haven't they? But I think now in numbers, I think Bradley Chubb's going to be better than Joey Bosa, 100%. JTL, what's up, JTL? Afternoon, baby. Them Bisons are sexy. Yeah, I'm excited to go see them. I thought they were going to go a different route, so I'm a little underwhelmed about the abstractness of it, but I'm not an art guy necessarily. It doesn't mean I don't like them and I'm not supporting them, because I am, but just a little different than I was envisioning. I thought they were just going to do like a bronze or a metal, some fashion of like an actual looking bison with, the mane and the fur and the hair. So, I mean, who am I, but I'm with it. Smash that like button. Yes, sir, JTL. Please hit it. I'm a big Lee Hunter fan. Really, anyone on that end? Hey, yeah, sure. I'm with you there, too. That's a great defense because, and they have Concepcion, right? Both sides of the football. Oh, there's that video we were talking about. Mark Krajewski says, great show and love your. Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Joseph Scott. Hey, yes, sir. Thank you so much. Again, if you didn't know, that's the goal here. Once we get to 500, we're giving away a jersey to a random subscriber who will be able to pick from any newcomer onto the Buffalo Bills roster during this offseason. And I'll send it your way. No Bones, what's up, baby? Daily fixtures. You need them. You know what I mean? Daily fixes. Absolutely need them. Marcus says, if Hoyt comes back close to 100% of his Achilles injury, and with Chubb going into his second season off of that torn ACL, our pass rush could be top 5 in the league with Oliver as listen, I don't like to make too bold of claims, but I don't see why we can't get literally my number is 20 between Rousseau and Chubb. And then if you look at pacing, even though it was 1.5 to 2.5 games for Oliver and Michael Hoyt, but they each had multiple sacks, and they had more sacks than games played. Just saying. I mean, just saying, boys and girls. This could be something nasty. This could be something nasty, and I think that it will be if I'm being honest with you. So I'm super stoked for the season, and this is before we're even adding any additional pieces. Okay, we're not done. Whether it's free agency or the draft, or maybe sprinkling a trade here and there, we're not done. The Buffalo Bills are not done. That I can almost guarantee. So it can only get better. Even from here, it can only get better. All right, real quick here. Real quick. Well, it doesn't have to be real quick. I'm going to do a couple of these. I think that people are sleeping on Zachariah Branch. Blaniken, Skywalker. He gives AB vibes. Zachariah Branch, well, on the field, AB vibes. Hopefully not off, right? Speaking of AB, we're going to get into someone who gives Florida something, Bizzard says. I'm not sure what that means. Ashton, go Bills, baby. Chris Brazil is also a better prospect than he's getting. Brazil is also leaking into that middle, maybe even end second rounder where he's certainly going to make someone happy as well. I wouldn't mind if we took Boston too. I don't want to say against him, but there's multiple wide receivers that I'd rather take over him. Concepcion is one, and quite frankly, Brazil's another, and probably Chris Bell, even with it, if he's healthy, if he passed your health test. Because Boston, to me, although does his freakishly good things, I don't know if it fits the mold. Now we're going to have, I guess it depends on Keon Coleman. Put it that way for me in Boston. E-Rock says, or E-Rock, I don't know. Any pieces added from here on out will be insignificant. I beg to differ. I do not agree, sir. I love you. Or ma'am, I don't know. I disagree with you. If we get a notification that says that the Buffalo Bills have signed DJ Reader right now, that is nowhere near insignificant. Nowhere near. No, I did not. Marcus asked, did you hear rumors about us talking about a trade for Thibodeau? I heard that there's rumors out there that he's on the trade block, but I did not hear about Buffalo Bills getting into those talks whatsoever. No. Not saying they're not out there, but I myself have not heard them. Okay, let's talk about the other thing in that thumbnail that you see here real fast. Oh, boy. Talk about Antonio Brown, which someone just referenced. This man is losing his damn mind. Puke Nacua, baby. Puke Nacua, one of the best wide receivers in the game. I don't know if he's on a downward spiral or if he's over it and these things are just popping up from the past, which could be. But 14 hours ago, the headline on sportingnews.com reads, as you can see here, Puke Nacua biting allegations explained. What to know about Rams wide receiver reported anti-Semitic incident on New Year's Eve. So again, this is coming out about something that potentially or allegedly happened on New Year's Eve. Not saying that it just happened, but it's now just coming out. And he was on, podcasts and what have you, saying some of these remarks, which you cannot deny because he simply, we all heard it. He said these comments. He obviously apologized about them, says that he made a stupid mistake and won't happen again, and so on and so forth. But he definitely said it. So we're not going to say that he didn't. But now the new report comes out and says, if we read this really quick, woman has filed a temporary restraining order. I'm paraphrasing here. I'm not going to read every single word, but I'm just going to make this apparent to those on TikTok. This is TMZ. A woman has filed a temporary restraining order against Puka over an incident that occurred on New Year's Eve. The report claims that the two were part of a group party at which Puke Nacua at one point screamed, I don't even want to say it, bad words, anti-Semitic words against a religion during dinner, after which Nacua inhabited rude or vulgar, threatening, violent, and harassing conduct. The woman then claims that the group moved their party to a Sprinter van, which is when Puke Nacua became touchy-feely, quote-unquote, which included when he dropped his head into her girlfriend's lap and crotch area and bit her thumb so forcefully that she screamed in acute pain. And the woman argues that Nacua bit her left shoulder and left a bite mark. And there are photos that have popped up since then. I don't see them in this article, but there's actually a photo as well that shows this bite mark she's talking about. Anyway, I don't want to get too much more into this, but Puke Nacua has damn near lost his mind. If this is true, I don't know. The word is that his attorneys are completely denying the allegations, which I understand. But, like, I don't know. I hope it's not true. Okay? I always take the stance of, yes, you should be innocent until proven guilty. And yes, there's probably the potential that some people just like to jump on a bandwagon, and when someone's down, you know, they step on them or they spit on them even more. But I don't fucking know. I don't know the truth. I just know that at some point it's got to be like, dude, why does this keep happening? And why doesn't it happen to everybody? You put yourself into shitty situations, shit will happen. That's just the bottom line. Again, I was not a high-profile athlete like these guys. But even at the low level to which I played professional baseball, in the immediate area to which we were located, we were stopped. People knew who we were. They wanted this, they wanted that, they would want to buy a drink, they wanted, so then you blow it up times 100, times 1,000,000 for these guys. Almost no situation is safe for you, so I would recommend or suggest to not be out, especially particular times in the evening or on certain holidays, with people that you do not trust, with your wallet or your keys. You know what I mean? Like, why put yourself into a situation where it's possible at all that something happens? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I wish these guys who have all the resources and outlets in the world would just not be in these situations. Do you need to be out like that? I know they're young. I know he's young, but and it was New Year's Eve, so it's like, oh, you got to go out partying. I get it. We all did it. Fair enough. And when I was 25 or whatever the hell he was or is, I wasn't the best wide receiver in the world living in Los Angeles. Like, okay, I understand their situations probably breed shitty things, and I get it, but I just don't like to see this happen, and I think it could be avoided relatively easily. Oh man, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? No Bone says, "Damn Puka, he doesn't exactly strike me as a Nazi. Who knew?" Wow, that's what I'm saying, and I'm not calling him that. I'm not calling him that at all. I'm not taking a stance. We're not getting into that political type shit. You know what I mean? But not some, but all. I don't want to get too far into it. I don't want anybody, get me in trouble either, saying the wrong things. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just bringing the news as we read it. Puke Nacua is having some problems. That's all. Okay, let's just put it that way. And I hope he's a good guy, and I hope that it's going to become better for him. And again, even if he did make his changes in his life, like he said he was going to do, after the last incident on the podcast that he was on saying shitty things, he still could have done that, because this is apparently something that happened back on New Year's Eve. So almost 4 months ago now, right? Or wait, 3 months ago. Sorry. So, we'll see. No, I know what you're saying. No bones. I'm not. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. I knew you didn't say it in that way either, but I guess what popped up in my head is I don't want YouTube or anybody else thinking that, I'm saying shit like that and we're talking about that shit here. That's not what we're trying to do. And I don't think you were either. So please don't take it the wrong way. I just don't want to get in trouble for it. That's all. We're just talking about the highlights, and this is what we talk about football. And it just so happens that somebody in the football world is doing some pretty stupid things. So that's it. This is fair statement. Puke is an enigma. He is an enigma. Excuse me. He doesn't even know the teams in his division. Wait, did I miss this? Was he asked like on a podcast or something or in an interview to give the teams in his division and he couldn't? Oh, I hope that's the truth. Beerson. E-Rock, appreciate the file. Thank you so much. Right now, Buffalo cannot afford any free agents of any significance. Well, that's true. Not of any massive significance. They can assign or afford DJ Reader. However, then they would need to free up more space for all their draftees as well, because they're going to need roughly, I'm hearing 5 to 6, but everything that I read, especially Spot Track and these websites, I think they need 10 million for their draft currently. And if they draft back, depending on how many picks they get and where they fall, they might save a little bit of money. But I think they need roughly $10 million for their draftees. I really do. But Dion Dawkins, and we'll bring him up again. I don't know why he has not been restructured yet. Again, I think he is $10 million in savings if he is restructured. And that has not happened yet. So I don't know why. Maybe they're a little nervous with Dion. Maybe they're not thinking that they want to add that additional time to him. Let's see here. What do we want to do here? We want to manage the Buffalo Bills roster. I'm going to pull it up in 2 seconds to show everybody. Hold on. Bear with me. Was not prepared for this because I didn't know what we were going to do. Here we go. This is where we can create the money, E-Rock. Okay. Currently $13 million of cap space, as you see here. Currently, as we sit, a little bit over 13. Dion Dawkins, 24-8 against the cap this year. And if we come down here to a restructure, we'll even go with a smaller restructure. Come on. Less inducive to the Bills. Now look, $25 million. It's the only thing I can think of. You literally have $12 million here almost of cap saving. I thought it was 10. I was off by a little bit. According to Spot Track, you have almost 12 million, right? Weren't we at 13? 13-1 or something? To 25 by restructuring Dion Dawkins. Now, that adds void years and it adds term basically onto which he affects your cap. So it's been a while now and no one's been restructured in a little while. So why this hasn't happened keeps leading me to believe that Dion Dawkins may not be a long-term play for the Buffalo Bills, or they just don't want him to affect their cap long-term. I'm not saying that I agree with it. I'm just saying I don't understand why else he's not been restructured, because like E-Rock said on TikTok, I don't think they're going to get away with the rest of the offseason with only $13 million. They're not. I don't even know if they'd be able to fill their lineup or fill their roster with $13 million, to be honest with you. Okay, so Puka was literally asked, and he had no idea who was in his division. Oh, my God. Schefter tweet from LA at Lindsay Theory reported that wide receiver Puke Nacua only recently learned that the Rams played in the NFC West. I mean, you got to give him a little bit of credit. Like, that's pretty cool, man. He's just going about life, just playing football, wherever he's told he's got to be. He shows up, he plays, he balls out, he kills it, makes his money, and then goes to the bar on New Year's Eve and just causes fucking havoc. No Bone says, yeah, maybe they're not restructuring Dawkins because the previous rumors are wanting to move on for him. Could be true. I'm just saying. I mean, if we look at this, doesn't that beg the question? I think so. Void years, yep, kicking the can down the road and using future money. Right. So, and they've done this to so many people here in the last couple of years that maybe he's not one of the one. I don't know. Just that's too much money to free up for me to not make that move if I'm confident that Deion Dawkins is a lifer, if I'm being honest. Bear will win. Sorry about that. I thought I had an important phone call, but it just turned out to be one of those nobodies on the other end. Literally not a single person there. He's coming off his worst statistical season. Maybe he can be starting to regress. The question was asked earlier by, I think it was a Mad Chatter, and I think this is a distinct possibility. And here's the problem. Jerry Ostrowski, who I'm sure you guys all know and follow, most of you, if you're Bills people. I heard him with Joe Marino just yesterday. I don't know when the video was from, but I just saw the clip, like a short video, that he says that Deion Dawkins needs to lose some weight and that he's freakishly athletic, which I totally agree with, but his body management has been subpar and that he feels that he needs to lose some weight, drop some pounds, because as he's aging, the body's ability to handle the weight obviously goes down. And this is coming from an ex-NFL lineman, so I would trust him. So that could be a thing. And there were times when it looked like he did not want to be on that football field last year. I totally admit that. What pops to my mind is that Falcons game. Or no, the Texans game, excuse me, against Houston. Now, obviously, that's a tremendous defensive line. But boy, did he look like you couldn't pay him enough to want to be there for most of that game. So I don't know if there's a thing. I'm just calling it as I see it and bringing up the questions. Brandon Beane and Joe Brady will both be at Ohio State Pro Day today. Kurganelli in the building. All right, so okay. Who are they looking at? Let's get into this here. Because all right, Carnell Tate, not going to last. Caleb Downs, not going to last to 26 for the Bills. Arvell Reese, not going to last. Sonny Styles, not going to last. Who are we looking for? Is it the other Styles? Isn't he on this same team? The safety that ran the 4-2? Davison Igbenason. Maybe this. Yeah, Lorenzo Styles or this cornerback Igben. I don't know much about him, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Because these other guys are just, they're not, I don't even think that they're They have a big nose tackle as well, I believe, but I don't think he's going to last either. Did the Bills have any post June 1 cuts? No, they were going to release Taron Johnson, but he got traded instead for a draft swap. They went from 7 to 6. They got rid of Taylor Rapp, which was pennies. They released him. So they're going to release Johnson. They released Rapp. Who else did we release? Oh, my gosh. There's so much shit has happened this offseason that I'm forgetting. I think we released Curtis Samuel. And Elijah Moore. Oh, by the way, Elijah Moore just signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, folks. Let me make sure of this, but I'm pretty sure that I read this. Yes. There it is. Elijah Moore signed with the Philadelphia Eagles and 1-year deal. He's only 25 years old. And you forget this, but 2 years ago he had 100 targets with the Browns. The Browns are just so bad. The idea, though, that I read was that Elijah Moore and A.J. Brown are still very good friends because they went to college together. I'm not saying it means anything, but could be a reason, be something to try to keep A.J. Brown happy. That they say, we'll just bring in a buddy of yours, maybe. I don't know. Because obviously we all know the stuff that the Eagles and A.J. Brown have been dealing with amongst each other, lately. So that could be just to appease him and make him happy. But he was also released, Beers and Ball. Dion knows this. We should all thank God he got the flu before the Browns game and lost 14 pounds, and he had a realization of how much better he is lighter. Yeah, Jay Ham, that's a great point. I think he actually spoke about it too. I think he literally brought it up and said, I gotta keep this under control. D tackle from Ohio State. Oh, yeah, we're just talking about him too. There it is. Caden McDonald. But I thought Caden McDonald. Let's look. See what the NFL says first, and then we'll go. Yeah. No bones, 100%. I think he's. What I see, I thought he was. All right, so the NFL grades him a 6.73. I'm sorry, 6.39. Wow. I'm gonna go back here. Draft Buzz. I think he's the number one. Oh no, he's fourth. Who was I thinking then? He's the fourth defensive tackle. All right, let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. All right, here's Caden McDonald. This might be who they're going to look at here today because the other guys are definitely not lasting to 26. Okay, the other ones that we spoke about, just not. See, I'm thinking of somebody else here. So let's look at this defensive line. Look at that Spectrum, baby. Spectrum going to pay me for that. Yes, okay, he is the number one tackle. That's what I thought. Overall ranked. I thought. Now, okay, so I happen to like Lee Hunter, but I was thinking that Caden McDonald was not going to last to the 26th pick. But now, this might change my mind, or all of our minds potentially. I don't know what you guys were thinking, but let's see. Look at this. That's what we were looking for. Run defense, 100%. Oh, man, I didn't think it was going to last, though. Where's he projected? Somebody give me a projection for Caden McDonald. Short. Oh, here we go. Huh. Give me somebody a projection if you have it. Because that must be who they're going after or going out there to watch. For whatever reason, my mock simulation was last night. He went middle second round. Is that right? I thought that was Lee Hunter. Okay. Oh my God. 6'7". Did I say 6'7", no bones? Don't get into that, no bones. All right, you sound like my kids, no bones. How old are you, no bones? Maybe you're no bones are I don't know. No, I actually think that you're I can't remember how old you are actually. I don't know if I know. Anybody in TikTok, are you a Sabres fan as well? Go Bills, Peter. I'm a Sabres fan. Sports Bar, thank you for the follow. I just don't know that much about hockey, if I'm being honest. But I appreciate it, Peter. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for that follow. Thanks for hanging in with us. Scott, thank you for the follow. Wow, okay. Appreciate everybody, man. Dawkins should be cut. Enter Sandman. Stop that. Timothy Blodgett, just go and get Cooks back. Who? Brandon Cooks? I mean, that's not going to save the world, but I actually think that he should stay for a 1 year, $2 or $3 million deal. I do think that they should keep him. First round projected first. Yeah, that's what I thought, Timothy. I thought he was projected first as well. Candy, thank you for that file. Thank you so much. Marquise, what's up, Marquise? I thought he was projected first, but Beers and Ball said he did a mock yesterday, which I was actually watching, and I just didn't pay attention to him, that said, or that had him mid-second, which is insane. I didn't think that, no. How is that? I mean, I guess it all depends on what these teams need too, though. You know, it really does. A lot of edge necessities. Wide receivers are out there. D tackles are usually not the sexiness, you know? So that could have a lot to do with it. Candy, let's go, baby. Let's go, Buffalo. Yes, ma'am. I think that's a ma'am. Judging by the name, I believe. Lee Hunter, Banks, Orange could go before him. Oh my God. I understand Lee Hunter. Quite frankly, I love Lee Hunter. And I didn't down on myself because of the fact that I thought for sure he was not going to last to the 26th or obviously anywhere behind that. But I do not see Orange going before him. I don't see that. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do one right now because Beers and Ball said he just ran another one and it went 29th. Holy shit. Beers and Ball, what source were you using? What site? Because I'm gonna go to stick to the model right now. We're gonna run one. We're gonna run a 2-round draft live. Just so. Here we are. 2-round draft. Yeah, I'm the Bills. No, I don't want to control anybody to see if. Oh, you have to. Shit. All right, so then I'll just do the Raiders and take Mendoza. How's that? Because that's pretty. I'm going to start here. My pick, Mendoza. All right, let's see. There he is. D-line. Nope. There goes Dylan Thieneman. Concepcion. Caden McDonald, 28th. Caden McDonald, 28th. We're going to go back up right there to Houston. Oh, my God. Please don't allow him to go to Houston. Please do not allow him to go to Houston. My choppy over there. Just going to get through it. I'll take whoever. Just going to finish this. Bear with me. I cannot. I would be Houston would, oh my God, that defensive line would be so silly. Okay, over with. Yeah, I'm not worried about that, but I want to look at this. Okay, so 28th. Yeah, no bones, you're right. Houston needs offensive line, but I'm just thinking about that defensive line like it needs to get any better. You know what I'm saying? No bones. Google AI, excuse me, Project McDonald's project late first, early second. Yeah, okay. Just ran another. He went 28th. PFF. Okay, I'm using stick to the model, and he went 28th. Went 29th with Beers and Ball, 28th with me. Okay. So I guess there's a possibility. I mean, shit. If he's going 28th, 29th, middle second, then maybe that's a name that they're going to go and I don't know. Are they going to literally not trade down, stay at 26, and possibly take a nose tackle? Whoa. That would be, I don't want to say crazy, but that would surprise and that would piss the hell off of a lot of people. And I'm talking about the average fan. Generally not us here, folks, that are literally spending their days talking about the ins and outs of this shit. I'm talking about the normal fan who wants the sexiness. Juice World, appreciate the file. Thank you so much. Go Cincinnati Bengals. Is that right, huh? Go Bengals unless you play the Buffalo Bills in the snow. Just saying. Oh, only kidding. I want no problems with you. I want no problems with you, Juice World. Giants fans swear Neighbors is him. Bro is wide receiver 6 in the division. Neighbors is legit, though. You can't doubt that. You know what I'm saying? Ethan says, will you be live for the draft when it starts? I sure hope so. God willing, yes. Absolutely. How much fun is that going to be for folks? You guys are all going to have to do, all of my friends in here, everybody that follows, though, I don't think anybody would be hanging out with me, if I'm being honest, because all your other favorite Bills, well, I don't want to say other, all of your favorite Buffalo Bills, like content creators, I wouldn't really put myself in that category, but your favorite people will also be live. So I don't know that the option or the number one option would be over here, but I would love to be doing it. Yes, absolutely. Jay Beasy asks, how long are the Dolphins going to be trash? A long time. With that kind of dead money, a long time. Unless they just go absolutely nuts with the draft this year and hit like 2 or 3 home runs. You know what I mean? Depends on when the run starts on inside defensive tackle. What do you mean? Like whoever picks the first guy and then the next team's going to be, oh, shit, now I need Lee Hunter and, oh, God, I got it, bing, bing, like that? That run, is that what you're talking about? I think that's what you mean. And yes, I mean, whatever happens up until that team's draft pick is always the biggest determinant about what will happen after, it always starts the domino for sure. like, oh no, McDonald, he didn't last to 34. Holy shit. We better get Lee Hunter now. I think that's what you're meaning, right? Beers and Ball. It definitely happens. I'd love to be in the rooms, in the boardrooms. Oh, it'd be so much fun. I know last year there was hearsay that if Tyleek Williams was still on the board at 29, he was the target. Yeah. So taking the nose at 29, yes, sure. For this team, that's obviously, we've been speaking about it for days, weeks now, right? On this channel, at least, that nose tackle is a glaring weakness, and it needs to be addressed somehow, some way. Absolutely. Now, if you notice this mock here, I don't know if you guys noticed this. I can't zoom in on that for some reason. It's within his website rules, I guess. Concepcion went to the Bills, by the way. KC Concepcion went to the Bills on this mock. Again, remember, for the people that weren't in the room when we started. We did a mock here just simply to figure out where Katie McDonald went, nose tackle, and I just became the Raiders, so I didn't screw up this mock, and I took Mendoza. Obviously, like that's like what we think is the most obvious pick. So, the Bills took Concepcion, which is, I don't want to say crazy, but that's also another target. And he was on a 30 visit. Remember now, he came to Buffalo for a 30 visit. They wined and dined him. Best signing of the year, though, coming up, Austin Corbett. That's our last name. That's Cold Front's last name. I'm going to have to buy 4 jerseys probably. If they sign Austin Corbett, I'm literally going to have to buy 4 jerseys. Oh, you're definitely my number one option. So if you're live, I'll be, hey, well, Ethan, that's my guy. That's why you're my guy, bro. I appreciate you. Yup, exactly. The panic. Yes. Oh, shit. He's gone. We didn't see that coming. Yeah, I'm with it. Would we rather have the 5th wide receiver off the board or the top nose tackle? Well, give me names. Give me names, no bones. Because if you look at Chris Sims' list, the number 5 wide receiver is Zachariah Branch, I believe. And if you look at most lists, Concepcion could even be 5th. Chris Brazzell could be 5th. Okay. There we go. So, 100% all day long, if these are the 2 options that are presented to me on draft day, and I had to pick one of these 2, you guys can clip this. Here we go. If these are my only 2 options on draft day, very easy for me. Katie McDonald. Am I going to get the hate? I don't know. I'm waiting for the comments to start rolling in. It's okay. It's okay if you hate it. Tell me you hate it. We're still good friends. You know the deal. TikTok, I was proposed a question. You have 2 options. You have to pick one of the 2 on draft day. First overall pick. Can't trade back. Can't trade up. Nada. You're on the clock. You have to say KC Concepcion, wide receiver, of course, or Katie McDonald, who we were just speaking about, defensive nose from Ohio State. I thought I was going to get torched. We'll see what everybody says. But I said unequivocally easy for me, McDonald over Concepcion. And I like Concepcion, okay? I really do. If they're going to take a wide receiver and they've made that decision, I'm not mad about it. But now knowing a little bit more, see, this is why I love hanging out with everybody, because everyone, I mean, especially me, I'm always going to miss something, right? I think that I'm on top of my shit, but everyone's going to miss something, and something's going to squeak through the cracks. I literally thought McDonald was never in the scope of a possibility. So I was thinking Lee Hunter, middle-ish second round, in the event that we traded back from the 26th pick, because I thought McDonald was going to be gone. But now we're talking all these mocks. Maybe not. So this is why I love hanging out, and we learn things every day. Keem, salute from Buffalo, New York. Appreciate you, Keem. Buffalo Bills and an Eagles fan. Wow. You in Buffalo? No, man, I am not in Buffalo. I'm a couple hours east. Finger Lakes, Watkins Glen, Seneca Lake, if you know that area. Takes me 2 hours to get to the Marriott in Harbor Center. That's where we stay when we go to our games. Lecom. We stay at Lecom, you know, the Sabres arena. We are hitting a bar this year. Yes, sir. Yes, freaking sir. Fat Morty is a longtime watcher. Thank you, Fat Morty. So is Keem. Appreciate you, Keem. Thanks for hacking in, brother. Oh, No Bones agrees. Okay, good. So does Kurganelli. I like it. I'm a trenches guy. I need everybody to answer me because there's about 25 people, give or take it. Well, actually, between X and we got 50 people. 40, yeah, 50 people. Casey Concepcion or Katie McDaniel, please give me your comment. Let me know. Am I stupid? Well, are me, No Bones, and Kurgan? I'm not going to allow you guys to have to say that. Am I stupid? You can tell me I'm stupid. Don't say anything about my homies over here. But am I stupid for saying that I take Katie McDonald over Casey Concepcion in the event that those are my only two options in the first round at number 26? Or do you do the same? 3 down linemen, Eddie Oliver, Katie McDaniel, Deion. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying, No Bones. Maybe you weren't here earlier. I was talking about DJ Reader or Lee Hunter before we started talking about this. And someone was saying that the Lee Hunters and the DJ Readers of the world don't get much quarterback pressure, into which I totally agree. But I said that's not what I'm looking for personally for a nose tackle. Space eater, double team taker, don't lose the line of scrimmage. Don't give up your integrity on your gap responsibilities. That's what I'm looking for. And that's what these guys provide, because Eddie Oliver can get to the quarterback. Dan Walker can get to the quarterback and swat down passes. Crew can get to the quarterback. Chubb can get to the quarterback. Michael Hoyt, you throw him in there. TJ Sanders has proven that he can get some penetration when he's in the right spot. Like, pretty freaking pumped. Pretty freaking pumped up about this. Ethan Davis agrees with McDonald as well. Wow. All right. Are we getting Bills and Cold Front Mafia pumped up for round 1 to be a nose tackle? That's a Billsy fucking pick, if you ask me. Billsy pick, bro. Coming in with the 26th pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select out of Ohio State University, or the Ohio State University, Katie McDonald. Nose tackle, 1 tech. Shove it up your foot. Katie McDonald. I would love to hear that. There would be so many people that are pissed off, though. I got to be honest with you. There will be so much backlash. I don't know that Brandon Beane will throw that pick in. I don't know that he will. Because of how much he might feel that he's on the hot seat, Brandon Beane might just not put that pick in because he knows so many people will go, what the fuck is that pick? And I wouldn't agree with them, but they would. You know that they want the sexy wide receiver that runs a 4.2. Like, that's all people care about. They think that they're all great. Oh, we need a deep threat. That's it. Just deep threat. Well, okay. McCole Hardman. Deep threat. Immediately fumbled a punt return. Immediately. I was at the game. And dropped the first deep ball that was thrown to him that was placed perfectly into his lap. He dropped it, and then he fumbled a punt return. Turnover. He's deep threat. Just saying. Nice area. I have family in Dansville, Wayland, Arkport. Oh, shit. Okay. Where are you, Kurganelli? Are you out in Buffalo? Yeah, man, we love our lakes. You know, we're boaters. We don't live on small lakes. For those of you that don't know much about Finger Lakes, they are very large. The lake that I live on is at its deepest 650 foot deep. It's 2 miles wide at its widest point, and it's 39 to 40 miles long. So it's a big body of water. You know, you got some big boats. It's not just pontoons only, you know. It's a boater's paradise. It actually gets very rough. The water gets pretty shitty, quite frankly. So when the weather turns, you don't even see it coming. We can always see it coming from the north, which is like, if we're looking straight north up the lake, we're looking at Rochester. Now that's an hour and a half north, but in a car. But north is Rochester, west is Buffalo of us. Oh, that's right. I think you had told me that before. Southern California. Gotcha. Yeah. You come out in the fall? Do you go to games? Anyway, great spot. Great spot. Love it up here. We have a big time tourist attraction because we have world-renowned wineries and breweries, actually. wineries all come from the West Coast. The West Coast is now known for the Sonomas and the Napas and shit. They're known for their red wines. I'm not a wine drinker. You could probably tell that pretty quickly. But red wines out there, and a lot of people that had made names for themselves on the West Coast in California for wineries and red wine have now, over the last couple of decades here, we're not talking about the last 2-3 years, but they realized that because our lakes are big glacial cutouts from, thousands of years ago or whatever, there's pretty steep grades going into these lakes, and the runoff from the water and through the soil and the salt to which our lakes create, because there's 2 salt plants on this lake as well, natural salt drilling 2 miles under the ground, make for harvesting of grapes and creating of wine fantastic. And we're the white wine kind of paradise versus California being the red wine. It's funny story, but like we said, everybody learns something every day. You know what I mean? So tourism is like insane during the summers. Holy shit. And it's right around the corner. We own a laundromat, my family does, and there's like a wash and fold in there, like a service. We own a couple of Airbnbs too, naturally, because of the tourism. We're about to go freaking nuts around here. I mean, I'm like small town, small county, small freaking area. When you're talking about full-time residents, whoa, does it get freaking nutty coming up here in another couple of weeks when the weather really breaks? Wow, nuts. Kurganelli will tell you. Hell yeah, we try to go to 1 home game a year. We're already planning on making a game or 2 at the new stadium this year. Excellent. I think you might have already told me that about a week or so ago. I'm just trying to remember, but let me know. Maybe we can all plan this and we can all meet up at the same game. How cool would that be? Go have a great time at the new Highmark and meet our new bison, our massive 27-foot high bison. Pretty freaking cool. All right, last thing before I let you beautiful people go. I wanted to take a look at one extra person now that we're talking about this, and I want to show you. I just feel that I can't leave his name out, and I might have brought him up earlier, but we can't leave his name out if we're thinking about D tackle. And I know he's down a bit, so we're not talking about anyone that we might see a pro day visit or a top 30 visit out of. Definitely not going to happen, because he's certainly not in the top couple of days as far as draft stock goes. But I think he can be a force if you pick him at the right time, no doubt. And that is Mr. Tim Keenan III out of Alabama. Again, as far as what I am concerned, this is just me, and it seems like a lot of you agree. As far as I am concerned about what the Bills need their nose tackle to do, or one tech. In this instance, this guy's more of a one tech, but not necessarily rush the passer or sack the passer, because we have a lot of options now in this defensive line that, if freed up, can do their dirtiness in a good way. This is kind of what I'm looking for, and I think this would be a very good value pick in the event that they get this gentleman in the 5th or so round. Here's his strengths. Excellent run defender who stacks blocks, holds ground, and controls his gaps consistently. Remember, we were just talking about that. I was literally just saying integrity of your responsibility, holding your gap. Don't give away your gap. The A gap is yours, okay? Don't get pushed back. Don't get thrown into the C gap, creating lanes for running backs. Just own your gap. Fires hands with good timing at the snap, often winning with initial strike. Okay, that's how you gain integrity. Wide base and low pad level, which is fantastic. Give him a natural leverage advantage at the point of attack. I don't know if you were all in here a couple days ago when we did some Deion Walker film. If you'd like to see it again, we can. And this is the film that I did with him was the reason why I don't like him as the nose tackle for every down type of thing. He's 6'7". There you go. Now I said it. Okay. He's 6'7", and his leverage, because of his pad level, is not that great. It's hard for him to get underneath the pad level of the offensive linemen, particularly a center and guard, if he's going to be playing nose, of course, to where his leverage point actually gets beat and he gets pushed back a couple of yards often, especially against the run. I don't feel that that's best suited for him. That's where he's best suited. And that's the main reason why. A shorter guy is harder for an offensive lineman to get under these shoulder pads and gain leverage and move him up so he's not planted and based as well as if it were the other way around. So nice to read on his strengths here from these scouting reports, excuse me. And here we go. Absorbs double teams effectively and keeps linebackers clean behind him. Isn't that the name of the game? To me, that's the absolute name of the game for whoever the nose tackle is for the Buffalo Bills. This is why I like DJ Reader. Your job, swallow space, take on double teams, keep your gap, and allow the guys behind you and to your left and your right to be cleaner and more free to go fly around and make your plays. Who's that going to be? Well, we don't know. Is it going to be Josiah Trotter? Is it going to be Jacob Rodriguez? Is it going to be C.J. Allen? Is it still going to be Matt Milano or Shaq Thompson? Dorian Williams? Terrell Bernard, we spoke about him yesterday. Like, who's that going to be? I don't know. But whoever it is, it's the nose tackle's job to keep those men free of being blocked down at the second level by an offensive lineman. And so they can fill gaps, if there are any, and create the contact at the line of scrimmage or behind it on the run game from the opposition. So that's what I want my nose tackle to do. And even though this gentleman is not supposed to be anywhere close to the first couple, 2-3 rounds, I think he could be an extreme value pick for the Buffalo Bills. Let's go over his weaknesses because we got to talk about both, right? No one's perfect. Short arms. Lets blockers get into his chest before he can establish control. So that original punch that they were talking about, it better be quick, better be right away, or his arm length is so short that they can get into his chest and push him back. Limited pass routes upside, okay. Again, to me, I'm okay with that. Wins come through effort and push, not burst or bend. So he's not a twitchy guy. He's not Gumby. Flexible as all hell. Below average lateral range limits him chasing plays outside his immediate gap. Okay, that I don't love. We like athletes. 3-4, we like athletes. But if we're ever not going to have an athlete, it's going to be as a one tech. Right? Am I wrong there? If we're ever going to have a position that does not necessarily need to be a freak athlete who's going to run sideline to sideline or hash to hash or hash to sideline to track down a play from behind, if there's ever a position, it's going to be a nose tackle. So I can live with that. Gets displaced when sustained double teams walk him off the ball in power schemes. That I don't love. That means doubles can get in his way and he might not have the strength to keep them both leveraged. He gets pushed back, whether it's a zone scheme, cutback situation, whatever type run they're talking about, but power. Double down, probably a zone scheme, in my opinion. Weight management will need, ongoing attention, given his frame and history. So he's a smaller guy. If you can see his measurable, he's only 6'1", 327. So weight's good. 6'1" isn't necessarily the frame that loves to handle 330 pounds. So they're telling us that he needs to manage that, or he might potentially have issues. Not that he has them now, but that he could. Anyway, this is my guy. I wanted to give him some kudos here because I always keep going back to him. I watch some of his film. I read what I read. Now you read what I read. For what I think the Buffalo Bills need, I think he matches a whole hell of a lot of, or checks a lot of boxes. And I don't know. Let's see. I just want to get his projection. Yeah, here we go. Draft projection, 5th round. For that, I think there's a ton of potential value. That's all. I wanted to get this guy in front of you, get your head spin a little bit. You know, that's what I like to do, have the conversations. But that said, I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your time and your energy coming in here and hanging out. Very good conversation as always. Do me a favor. You know it's coming. Get us to 500 so we can give that jersey away. Subscribe and follow. Share it out. Like this video, please. I thank you. hit that like button and subscribe button. The goal is 500, and we're giving away a jersey. And then the ultimate goal is 1,000 by the beginning of the 2026 season in the new Highmark Stadium with our new Bison. So I love y'all. Hit me with any questions you have. Email me. It's in the bio or whatever. I'm always available. Well, I'm not always available, but if I'm not, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We shall see you guys soon. Opening night of baseball. New York Yankees tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So get your popcorn and your peanuts ready because baseball season is started. We may actually make a New York Yankees channel too. I don't know. Everybody comment in here right now, actually. Both sides. If we should make if you're baseball fans as well, maybe I'll try to do a little bit of both. We're big Yankees fans. But either way, countdown to the draft. Go Bills. Love you all. Talk to you soon.